president of a country like Nigeria, you're definitely going to be stepping on toes. And I'm sure that at this point was where the president were like, you know what, maybe I have said some things to my citizens, maybe I have done some things wrong to my citizens, and a lot of people might not take how I handled situations in the country likely. It is important, and I apologize to the people who felt offended by the way that I ruled this country, and therefore this apology video was made. It's just nice to see when it comes to play. After we've lost him, this video made its way again to social media, being posted by Bashir Ahmed. And let's take a look at this video.
Evening. In the last, I don't know, 40-45 minutes, I've received a number of
somebody lives in the form of agency of him. We are all humans. And mobile, I had some people, and I wish them pardon. And they listen, but I have them so much. Please pardon me. I thank you very much.
This video right here has caused widespread reactions by Nigerians on social media platforms, not just X, Instagram, TikTok, name it, as a lot of people have reacted to its leadership for 8 years. And also this video, a pair of Big Brother Nigeria has showed some sort of sympathy in some of the tweets that he made earlier today, where he talked about how the president was human and did everything within his capacity to be the president that he was for the 8 years where he ruled Nigeria. In a series of posts he made on X that I'm hoping can come on screen now, he actually spoke about the good that the president had done, the good that the president tried to do while he was president. A lot of people might not share in his views, but that is his views. And of course, he made that absolutely clear. And while we are on the topic of people not sharing in Perez's views, we also had people like Solomon Buchi, who felt like, yes, I think that the anger of Nigerians is really justified at the moment, with giving the conditions of how the 8 years of his office was for Nigerians. I think I was going through the comment sections and I saw a woman who said that during the time of cash crunch, she actually lost a child. She was pregnant. She went to the bank, and because of all of the stress she had to go through, she lost the child. And I was so touched by that. I was like, I understand how this can work. I understand how something bad would happen to you and you'd want the same thing to happen to another person. However, I think that we're forgetting the fact that this man has lived 82 years, and it's just normal for people to finally die at the end of the day. So whether he was good in your perspective or not, he has lived up his life for 82 years before actually answering the call of death. The truth of the matter also is that his legacy will always remain. I mean, he was former president of Nigeria, and one way or the other, we will always get to remember him for the good that he was or for the bad, but ultimately as the former president of Nigeria. We also had DJ Switch, who of course wasn't really a great sight to see during the Muhammadu Buhari's regime, following what happened at the NSAS protest. Now, DJ Switch had made a post on social media and also come on social media during a video after the death of the president to express our emotions. A 3 minute long video, so I might not be bringing the entire 3 minutes to your screen. However, it is important to know that these are people who make comments that might not really go down well, and I can understand again from the different perspective that people come from, especially when emotions are really high and raised in the manner that it is right now. Let's take a look at this video of DJ Switch.
Evening. In the last, I don't know, 40-45 minutes, I've received a number of DMs, yeah? And I've received these DMs because of the story I put on my Instagram page. And one of them read, be kind. Another one was talking about Buhari's achievement. He has achieved so much. He lived to a long old age of 82, 83 or something like that. I said, okay, fair enough. But that's why my post said inevitability. It's inevitable. We are all going to die. I know I'm going to die. Either I die by natural causes, or I die by an accident, or I die by something else. it is inevitable. Nothing to really look too deep into that. It's life, right? But the one I want to actually harp on is the achievement. Buhari achieved what? Please. He achieved what? He achieved what? And with what? With our resources? With our money? What did he achieve? Or you don't realize that he lived long because of our resources? Do you know how many people are dying in Nigeria? Do you know how many people are starving in Nigeria because they don't have national cake to steal from? They don't have national cake to go get.
You switch have an opinion about Nigerian, of course, the Nigerian leaders. I mean, earlier today I saw Hilda Dokubo make a post about how the son of El Rufai and the children of El Rufai and David Mark are members of the APC. However, their fathers are joining a coalition in the ADC and talking about how they want to, collect power from the APC. Are they trying to collect power from their children? That was very hilarious. At the same time, very reasonable question, anyways. Moving away from that to another story here. I'm talking about people who've lived long and, maintained the legacy on Earth, especially here in Nigeria. Joker Silva celebrates her husband Lou Jacobs, who turns 83 today. Now, in a very beautiful post she made on social media, she mentioned that she met this man at 38. Look at that, 38, and he's celebrating 83rd birthday. And she made a compilation of beautiful pictures of the veteran actor Olu Jacobs. Who misses Olu Jacob on your screen? I definitely do miss him on my screen. However, we are happy to know that he's doing well, being celebrated by his beautiful wife, Joker Silva. I think we as well, who love Olu Jacobs with all our hearts, also celebrating him as he turns 83. It's really not easy to live for this long. 83 years old. Ah, congratulations to the man. He has done amazingly well for himself. All right, moving on to our next story. Now, Nigerians are actually, especially our artists, they're setting the pace when it comes to the music industry outside of Nigeria. Let me just chip this in that Burna Boy has released his No Sign of Weakness album, and so far, the crowd have been eating it up. People have been definitely eating it up. On top of all of that, we have the Wireless Festival that happened in UK, and guess what? The Canadian rapper who was meant to perform on stage did bring two amazing Nigerian artists on stage with him. One of them being Odumodu Black, who is yet to perform. It's a 3-day event. He's yet to perform so far. But then when Drake was performing of recent, he brought up Rema on stage, which was such a beautiful sight to behold. Let me, let you enjoy this particular video.
No, they got too much.
It's actually nice to see Nigerians actually grace the stage. And we're talking about Thames later. Let's save that one for the last. Thames has actually made us really, really proud. But before we get to Thames, let's talk about those who have made it into the limelight and at the same time, are struggling to get back to that point right now, and especially when it comes to management issues. Cynthia Morgan is still speaking about her relationship, or what it is that happened while she was with Jude Okoye. Remember that Jude had, in a way, called people who were signed under him and then later left and are demanding for money from him. Now he had called them broke and ungrateful, that greedy people as well. So Cynthia Morgan has been trying so hard to, get herself off that hook or off that name calling from Jude Okoye, and she has been making videos where she's been talking about the situation, talking about how, she's not owing Jude any money. Jude said that he invested so much money in her and that she's owing him money. However, that's not the case. Every penny that Jude gave to her is actually money that she worked hard for, that she generated for Jude's company. Therefore, it wasn't like she was being dashed money. She said even the car that he said he gave to her, the car was sold to her for about 6 million naira. The only money that was given to her was 1 million naira. However, in that particular year, that's 2016, also in that particular year, she had made 30 million naira for him. So making 30 million naira and getting 1 million naira, it's like, the math is actually not mathing. All right, we move away from Cynthia Morgan to another beautiful story. But then let's take a look at some of the things that she had to say in this particular video.
Apartment make una dey hear o, make una no think say all those nonsense wey you dey talk for social media since how many years say na true. He loaned me money to rent my apartment. I think the rent was about 1.5 million naira or 1.4. Then he gave me some money too for maintenance, like to buy furniture or whatever it is out. My contract states that once I pay back 50% of the investment, that is when I start getting my 50% as my, as recoup, as my gain, right? Brother, this guy did not spend 60 million naira on me. Do you understand? He has the spreadsheet. He can show the world. Let him show the world how much he spent on me. So even if he had spent 60 million naira on me, which he didn't, 30 million naira would have offset the money. You understand me? 30 million naira would have offset the money. So all I needed to do was start now gaining.
Welcome back. Let's get to the ones who are making Africa proud and putting us right there on the globe. We're talking about Thames. Thames really made us proud. Of course, she was, mentioned to be one of the artists alongside Doja Cat, who will be performing at the FIFA Club World Cup final halftime show. And who would know that Thames will give such a beautiful performance at this halftime show? Of course, this is where Chelsea and PSG had their heads together. However, Chelsea came home with the win, but the win of it all was Thames, who represented Africa so well, and Nigeria, as a matter of fact, at the FIFA Club World Cup final, the halftime show. Let's take a look at a peek look into her performance at the show.
I need your love. So fresh, so good. My baby now. I'm feeling you. And I'll be down now. Anytime you call me, I'll be down. I'll be down. Why? Because I love and I love and I love and I love you all day. Because I need and I need and I need and I need you more. Yeah, you know I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning. Fly, we can fly in the sky tonight. Hold me in your arms, you love me alive. Yeah, I'm on your way right now. I'm on your way right now. Yeah, looking fine now. You got me on your side now. I'm on your way right now. Oh, yeah, everybody say love me, Jaja, love me, Jaja. I said love me, Jaja, love me, Jaja. I'm on your way right now. I'm on your way right now, baby. I'm on your side now. You got me on your side now.
There or sit here and watch Thames perform beautifully on that particular stage. I love that. Unfortunately, I can't bring movies to you today. However, we're going to do this again next week, Monday. But I'm just going to recommend some movies that you should see. Superman 2025 is out. Do well to see it if you can. There is Karate Kid, The Legend as well. Jurassic World Rebirth is out as well. You should see them. Those ones are out in the cinemas. Karate Kid is available for download, and we also have The Lost Days. That is a Nollywood movie that you can find on Prime. You definitely need to see this movies. And just maybe we'll talk about them again next week, Monday. But until then, I need you to have an amazing, amazing Monday. It's the 14th day of July, meaning that we are slowly dividing the month of July into two. So make the best out of the time that you have, because who knows? The world and of course time is really, really short. My name is Vera Philip. It's really been amazing. You can follow me on social media. On Facebook is Vera Philip. On Instagram, Vera Philip underscore MGC. Until we meet tomorrow, bye for now.